Hey guys, I'm back. Welcome back to the Fox Critic. In today's video, I'm going to be doing another video on movies, reclassified movies. So I'm going to be going over some more films that have had their age ratings changed by the British Board of Film Classification. And before this video begins, I would like to give a shout out to Rob the DVD Collector and YTP Maker, because in part 2, he just gave me a comment of lots and lots of movies that have had their age ratings reclassified, and just introduced me to those that I didn't even know had their age ratings changed. So thank you very, very much to him. He gave me so many that I'm not even gonna cover all of them in this video today, just because there's so many of them. But if you guys do want a part 4, then do make sure to let me know down in the comments if you do want a part 4, because I'd very gladly do so. Now for part 2, what I did is that for the films on that list that I had seen, I went over which age rating I agreed with more, the newer one or the old one, but I haven't actually seen any of the films on this list. But if you have watched any of them, feel free to let me know which rating you agree with more in the comments below. And let's begin with this video. So the first one on the list is one that confused me quite a lot when I found out it was reclassified. And that is, of course, John Carpenter's Halloween from 1978. Why did this one confuse me? Well, because about a month or two ago, I remember, well, it wasn't even like a month ago, it was very recently. I remember going on the BBFC website and looking at Halloween, and it was the one from 1978, and it said it was rated 18. But when I go on the BBFC website, it's a 15 now, and it said it was reclassified 15 in 2018. So I think I'm pretty sure they might have just put the wrong rating up when I looked at it that one time, but that confused me quite a lot, because I remember it being rated 18 for strong threat, violence, and and if you go on it now, it's rated 15 for strong threat, violence, nudity. But it says it was reclassified 15 in 2018, which, if you don't know, 2018 was the year that a new Halloween film came out. We've actually got a new Halloween film called Halloween Kills, which is coming out later on this month, at the time of making this video. But yes, for the sort of age rating history of Halloween 1978, it was rated an X upon its first theatrical release in 1978. Obviously X, because when it was released, it was a time where the age ratings from the BBFC that we know today didn't exist, so they had X as the highest rating. So that was like the 18 of the time, and then of course when it released on video and stuff, it was an 18. Then it got a theatrical re-release in 2012 where it was an 18. Then another theatrical re-release in 2014 where it was an 18. And finally, a theatrical re-release in 2018 where it was supposedly a 15. So I have no idea why it was an 18 that one time I looked at it. It was fairly recently, but going on it now, it just says 15, so I'm pretty sure they put the wrong rating up there, but I haven't seen this film. So if you have seen this one, feel free to let me know in the comments which rating you agree with more. Do you agree with the 18 more or the 15 more? Next up, we have Rocky 1 to 5. Yeah, all 5 of these movies got changed from PG to 12A because all the first 5 Rocky movies got theatrically re-released last year in 2020, where they were PGs before, but now they're 12As from theatrical re-releases. Interestingly enough, the 5th movie is actually a 15 in Ireland. Even when it was a PG UK, it's still a 15 in Ireland, which I find quite interesting. Apparently it's because of a street fight towards the end of the movie, but I haven't seen any of these films, but I am planning to watch these fairly soon, maybe get them on DVD. But once again, if you have seen any of these films, feel free to let me know your opinions on the age ratings. The whole premise of the films is, it's about a boxer, so they're unsurprisingly fairly violent films. They were quite controversial PGs, so when they got theatrically re-released last year, I think the BBFC was just like, well, let's upgrade them all to 12A instead of having younger kids seeing Rocky get beaten up in PG-rated movies. So yeah, all 5 of these films were theatrically re-released last year, and they got a 12A certificate, upgraded from their previous PG certificate. Next up, we have some movies inside of the Indiana Jones franchise. So the first 3 movies of the quadrilogy were changed from PG to 12A for a theatrical re-release this year, actually. I know for a fact that the Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade were actually theatrically re-released earlier on this year, where they were changed from PG to 12A. But I don't know about the Temple of Doom, because that's not actually listed on the BBFC website. If you search up Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, right now it won't come up, and I don't know why. But I did read a case study by the BBFC that says that it would had to be cut to get a PG back when it was released in 1984. And then it was later released as an uncut 12 on DVD and Blu-ray at some point. I don't know, fairly recently, I'm presuming. But yeah, I don't have much knowledge on the Temple of Doom. I don't know if that was probably theatrically released alongside the other two. But I know for a fact Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade were theatrically released for PG to 12A. And honestly, in my opinion, it's quite weird seeing these Indiana Jones movies at 12A. But yeah, they were re-rated. Next up, we got a couple of Stanley Kubrick movies. The first of which is The Shining, re-rated from 18 to 15. When I was a lot younger, I always thought this movie was like always a 15. Then I saw a DVD of it at one point, which was an 18. So I just realized it would probably just been reclassified from 18 to 15. And yeah, it was well, actually, when this came out in cinemas, we did there, obviously this was like a time like with the first Halloween film, in which like 18 and 15 didn't exist, so they had, you know, X. So this movie was rated X when it first came out, and so it was subsequently rated an 18 on VHS. I'm not sure the reason why this was rated 18/X when it came out. I think is because it was, you know, very violent and very scary. But I haven't seen this film. But it, you know, it's a very famous horror movie, and if any of you have seen it, once again, feel free to let me know your opinions on the age ratings. And this obviously got a sequel in 2019 called Doctor Sleep, which was rated 15. And the other Stanley Kubrick movie on this list is Full Metal Jacket. This is one that I wasn't actually aware of until Rob, the DVD collector and YTP maker, told me about it. So of course, thank you very much to him. So yeah, this was also re-rated from 18 to 15. When it was released in 1987, it got an 18 rating. And then in 2007, the year of its 20th anniversary, it was reclassified to 15 for strong language, sex references, and bloody battle violence. And I don't have anything to say about this movie because I know basically nothing about it, which I know I should be ashamed of because this is another critically acclaimed and famous Stanley Kubrick movie alongside The Shining. But yeah, Full Metal Jacket, released in 1987, another Stanley Kubrick movie. Was re-rated from 18 to 15, much like The Shining, the other Stanley Kubrick movie on this list. Once again, a Monty Python movie is on one of these lists. This time it's The Meaning of Life, changed from 18 to 15. Obviously, I haven't seen this one, and I really think I need to start watching some more Monty Python movies. But as you can see, there's a recurring theme with some of these films. A few of them have had their age ratings changed. Apparently, this is like the goriest and grossest Monty Python movie. I think that's probably why it was an 18 when it came out. But, you know, once again, I do not know, but if you do know why it was an 18, feel free to let me know. I don't actually know when this one was reclassified because on the BBFC website it says that when it was released in cinemas it was an 18, but all of the home entertainment releases were all 15s, and that isn't true because the VHS was an 18, but the DVD was a 15, so yeah, I don't know when it was reclassified. Dirty Dancing was changed from 15 to 12A. This one actually got reclassified fairly early on, because it had 3 theatrical releases, one in, you know, its original one in 1987, where it was rated 15, and then it had one in 2004 and 2007, and both of those were rated 12A. And for the DVD releases, a couple DVD releases are rated 15, and then a couple are just rated 12, so some DVDs have the updated rating and then others do not. But yeah, Dirty Dancing changed from 15 to 12A. That's basically all I got to say about it because I haven't seen the film. But I think the only reason this wasn't rated 12 when it came out is because this movie was released before 12 existed, because it's only a 12 for moderate sex references. So yeah, for a theatrical re-release in 2004, Dirty Dancing was downgraded from 15 to 12A. And the last one on the list is The Elephant Man. Before Wonder, a film about a person with facial disfigurement, there was The Elephant Man from 1980. This one got re-rated to 12A, upgraded from PG. Last year, actually, it got theatrically re-released last year in 2020, and I remember this one being theatrically re-released and it getting changed from PG to 12A. Interestingly enough, when this was released in 1980, it got an AA rating. And in case you don't know, AA was the sort of 15 for the time when this was released because 15 didn't exist. So yeah, it was basically a 15 when it came out. So I'm quite surprised that when it was eventually released on physical media, it got a PG and didn't get a 15. But yeah, for its VHS release, its DVD release, all of those were PGs. But last year it got theatrically re-released, and it got a 12A rating. I really, really want to watch this movie. I really want to see it because apparently it is brilliant. I should have watched it when it was theatrically re-released, but I haven't seen this film and I really want to watch it at some point. Thank you very much for watching this video. And if you do want a part 4, let me know because I will happily do so. And feel free to let me know any films you think should be included in a part 4. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to. And until next time, bye bye.